So my last video on Berea College, which is right here, it got a lot of questions. I had people DMing me on Instagram. I had people, leaving comments and asking a lot of questions about Berea College. So I did answer those people privately and personally, right? But I also wanted to make this video because I know that there might be some people that will also have the same questions, and I also wanted to get like the answers out there for everyone to know and be on the same page. So guys, if I am not like very enthusiastic in this video, please don't take offense to it. Like, this is literally my fourth time of filming this video. All the other times the video was blurry, like the camera was blurry. I kept trying to get it to adjust, it would not, and it was very annoying. So hopefully this one really looks good because I'm tired. So the first question is, so did you pay for your own flights to Berea College? Yes, I paid for my own flight to Berea College. Berea does not really pay for your flights. If you guys don't know, again, a little background, Berea College is a free tuition college in the US for both international students, domestic students. It's free tuition for everyone. It's free scholarship as long as you are able to get into the college, but the college itself is very hard to get into. So yes, the question is, did you pay for your own flight to Berea College? I did pay for my own flight, but I know people that did not pay for their flights to Berea College. But the thing is, those people applied through an agency called Education USA. So I know Education USA is kind of like, I guess, an organization or an agency that helps people in those countries get into colleges in the US. I applied to Berea myself, but I have friends that applied through Education USA, and those friends had Education USA cover their flight. But for me, I covered my flight by myself, or my family covered my flight for me. Next question says, do you think Berea is worth it from your entire experience? Do I think Berea is worth it? Do I think about $160,000 of college is worth it? Yes, of course. So this is the thing, right? Education in America is very expensive. College in America is freaking expensive. I think an average college is like $40,000 a year. So imagine 4 years of college, that is $160,000. How many people will have $160,000 in their accounts? Even if you're like a very rich family from like some countries in Africa or some countries in Asia, except your parents are like, I don't know, maybe those senators, those politicians that be taking all of our money. I don't think anyone has like $160,000 just lying in their account like that just for college. So yes, do I think Berea is worth it? Yes, because a lot of domestic students, that citizens here, graduate with student loans. Student loans, like you see them, they finish their 4 years of college and then they graduate, they get a job, a good paying job, of course, but then every month they're paying student loans. So you see people that are paying like every month they're paying like $500 or $1,000 in student loan. So imagine your paycheck comes in, let's say you make $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Just for instance, your paycheck comes in, you have to pay rent, and let's say your rent is like $1,500. You also have to pay student loans. So it's like, as your money is coming in, the money is going out. But then that is a gift that Berea College gave to me, which I'm like super grateful for, that I don't have to pay for student loans. I am not owing anything. So I went to college for 4 years for free, right? And upon graduating, I did not have to pay anything. I did not have to pay any loans. So do I think Berea is worth it? Do I think $160,000 across 4 years is worth it? Of course. Does Berea have its pros and cons? Yes, it does. It does have its cons. Like when you get into the college, there are some things that might, that you might notice that you would hate. But that's the thing. Every college has its own pros and cons, right? Every place you go, like there's no place that is exactly all pros. There's no place that is exactly all heaven. Do I think Berea is worth it? Yes, I think it's worth it. And I think if you're able to get like a scholarship into Berea College, then you should definitely take advantage of it and come. So next question says, I have watched all of your videos. If I want to apply for nursing, what should be my results? I'm from Cameroon and don't know much how grade works. Basically, what you have to do is to take SAT or ACT or TOEFL, right? take the standardized exam and make sure you do well in those exams, right? And as far as you're able to get into the college, then you can be able to study whatever you want. I know that there are some colleges that will say, oh, if you want to study computer science, you have to have like an SAT score of like 1500, or if you want to study nursing, you have to have an SAT score of like 1540, something like that, right? But that's not the way Berea is. Berea is basically like, it's a flat line. It's like, as long as you're able to get into the college, then you can study whatever you want. So what you should do is make sure you have like a good score in your SAT, whatever exam you have to take, right? I mentioned how to apply to Berea in this video right here. So it's like you can take your SAT, ACT, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. Berea accepts all of them. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. The next question says, how can I find 2022 admission form as an international student? Please help me. So, well, the 2022 application has closed. I believe the admission closed last year, November 30th. But if you want to apply for 2023, it's going to open very soon. And you can just get it basically if you look on Google and you type in like how to apply to Berea College as an international student. I promise you're gonna see that form in like maybe one of the first 3 searches, right? Or you can again watch my video here, which I went through how to find that form, and you can be able to find the form. So the next question says, hello Nenye, so glad to have your video. Thank you. I've always wanted to study at Berea College, but I don't know if I can apply for admissions with my university diploma transcripts. I don't know if that will be accepted. Unfortunately, that would not be. So Berea only accepts people that have not like attended college before. So if you have attended university, like if you have gone to college, Berea is not going to accept you. Berea basically accepts you like right as you're finishing high school, then you get into Berea, right? So if you have done like associate degree of like 2 years, or like master's of 2 years, or like undergraduate of like 4 years, Berea is not going to accept you. And also Berea doesn't really have a master's program, so you can't really, like if you've done your undergraduate, then you can't really apply to masters in Berea. Next question says, hello, I got accepted to Berea and I wanted to ask if I need to submit my parents' income tax return every year. I'm an international student. Short answer, no. Long answer, you don't need to submit your parents' tax return every year, but you have to submit your own. So remember, Berea College is a free tuition, but you have to work 10 hours a week, right? So that 10 hours a week that you're working, that's income that you're making. So of course you're going to apply for taxes. You're going to like file for taxes for like that year, right? Basically that is what you're going to use for your tax return. So remember that if you're applying as an international student, your parents are like back home, so they're in like a country in Africa, or a country in Asia, or a country in Europe, like a country like wherever you're coming from, right? So they cannot really assess the taxes for the US, but you're living here and you're studying here, so of course you can be able to access those taxes. So your parents' tax income are not going to be required, but your own, which you worked in Berea College for, is going to be required every year. So the next question says, can you sit for SAT after joining Berea, or is it a strict requirement for admission with no consideration? Yes, it is a strict requirement for admission. If you want to go into Berea, it's a requirement. So if you want to get accepted into Berea, you have to take a standardized exam. So this can be SAT, ACT, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo, because Berea accepts Duolingo now. So yes, I hope that answers that question. And then the last question says, can you party in Berea? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how to answer that question. It's like so this is it, right? Berea is a very small city. So you know how like in countries in like Africa, at least in Nigeria where I'm from, you can just get out of your bed, walk like 5 minutes, and you enter like a taxi, or you enter like a tricycle, right? But that's not the case in America, especially not in Berea, because Berea is a very, very small city. Like you have to have a car to be able to go anywhere at all. So now, if we're talking of parties, if you mean on campus, a lot of people don't really throw parties because first, Berea doesn't even allow alcohol on campus. So if you have alcohol on campus, you could get suspended. So now it's like, how can you party if there's no alcohol? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't really have like parties on campus because again, everyone lives in the dorm. So first of all, like 90% or more than 90% of Berea College students live in a dorm. So it's like, how are you going to throw a party in the dorm? But now if you're talking about something like a homecoming party or like a graduation party, then yes, of course, if I can find my homecoming pictures, I'll insert it to one of those places. Yes, we had homecoming parties, which I think for my year it was shut down early because someone got too drunk or something like that. But yes, now of course there are off-campus parties, right? There's like, if you have friends that have friends that have friends that can take you off campus, to like Richmond, which is about 20 minutes drive away, or to like Lexington, which is about 1 hour drive away. They might invite you to those parties. I know like for African students there used to be like all of this kind of like African parties when I was a freshman then, but after my freshman year I just really concentrated on my books. But yes, you can party if you have friends that can take you out of campus, but on campus it's not really a thing. Like Berea is not like a party school. Like if you're a party person you won't really enjoy Berea. So I'm hoping you're not a party person so you can be able to enjoy Berea. But of course if you're a party person you can go off campus and party because again, oh my phone, because again Berea doesn't let you have alcohol on campus. So yes, that was the last question, guys. If you guys have any other question, don't forget to leave it in the comment section, or you can DM me on Instagram. And yes, also don't forget to follow my Instagram if you want, and my blog too. And yes, also don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video and turn on post notifications, please guys, so you can be able to know whenever I post a new video. And I will see you guys in another video.